the Jackson Squadron. We welcome Commander Captain Brendan Pheley and Deputy Commander Major Al Pheley. Welcome to the show.
Thanks, Bart. It's nice to be here.
Major, Captain.
Thank you.
You share the same last name, and you are father and son.
We are. Yeah. This is Civil Air Patrol was something that interested me as I was growing up. I was a cadet, like Brendan was when he was old enough to join up, and we've been sharing the activities and all the fun stuff of Civil Air Patrol ever since. He's accomplished quite a bit too, and had many opportunities that weren't even available to me at the time. So it's been a great experience.
Well, we reconnected last week at the ceremony honoring Mary Clark, Jackson resident, posthumously with the Congressional Gold Medal. Mary was a Civil Air Patrol member back starting in the middle of World War II, I believe.
1941 to 1943, yeah.
And here we have some photos from the ceremony, and there is Mary, and I was amazed with her accomplishments and the fact that we had people like Mary right here in Jackson for the war effort.
Yeah.
Let's explain what Civil Air Patrol is for those who might not be familiar with
Sure.
Cap.
I'm going to let him talk about Civil Air Patrol.
So the Civil Air Patrol is the all-volunteer auxiliary of the U.S. Air Force. We're tasked with three primary missions of youth leadership development, emergency services, search and rescue, disaster relief, and finally aerospace STEM education, both directed at our members, at our internal members, and we also have our in-school program where that teachers can get involved in, both public, private, and homeschool teachers even, and get all kinds of resources there.
And I'm guessing, Brendan, you got involved and interested in it because your dad was in the Civil Air Patrol.
Mm-hmm. Growing up, I kept hearing about the program, and at the time you had to be 12, and I joined CAP a week after my 12th birthday, and I've been in it ever since, almost 17 years now.
Wow. What got your interest in CAP?
So I've always been interested in flying, and that Civil Air Patrol offers cadets opportunities to go up in planes and nowadays in gliders as well. I also was interested in the emergency services. We'd go out and do aircraft search, as we're seeing in this slide right now. Some of the things that we do looking for and helping with during disaster relief, if there's a plane that has gone down, we are sometimes tasked to go out and help find that plane and render first aid to anybody who may be there.
And Captain, that is your profession. You are in emergency services.
I'm a licensed paramedic. I've been a paramedic for about 8 years now, and I actually just transitioned over into becoming a 911 dispatcher here in Jackson.
Awesome. So obviously, the experience that you have in your profession lends itself very well to the volunteer duties of Civil Air Patrol.
It's actually the other way around.
Really?
A lot of the professionalism and the leadership that I learned in Civil Air Patrol has helped me out quite dramatically in my public career.
Let's talk about Mary Clark and her fellow Civil Air Patrol squadron members. They actually flew missions like over Hillsdale County, over Lake Huron.
Correct.
As part of the war effort. Wow, how? What war effort was happening here in Michigan?
There were many number of concerns in the area at the time of what may happen in the homeland. So we were essentially one of the first homeland security groups, if you want to think of it that way. We had a more prominent experience out on the coast because we actually did submarine patrols. So our planes would fly out and identify submarines that were off the coast, unfriendly submarines, and keep track of it. They actually helped with the effort of getting rid of some submarines as well.
I noticed at the ceremony there were quite a few people. Looked like teenagers. They served as the honor guard. Is that the
Color guard.
Cadet?
Yes.
Color guard.
Yep.
That's the cadet corps?
So the color guard that we had at the ceremony was from our Livingston squadron. We've it's one of the things that we do. We have color guards. We've presented the colors at Tigers games before, at other major sporting events. But it was important for us to be able to have them there, so that we could have that honor and respect.
And do we have all those members of the color guard from the Jackson Squadron?
So unfortunately, we don't have a color guard here in Jackson. Most of the members from that color guard you can see here, they live in the Howell, Livingston area.
And here they are.
And they've done a number of big ceremonies. They're one of the most respected color guards around.
It's pretty significant that the first ever Jackson recipient of a Congressional Gold Medal, a member of the Civil Air Patrol. What does that mean? Because essentially all Civil Air Patrol members during the war receiving that honor as well.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
That's got to, for you and the Civil Air Patrol, that's got to be a great honor as an organization.
This is great. We knew about this award, and we knew that it was awarded to everybody. But these ceremonies that are going on now to actually provide honors, even for like Mary, where she has passed, her family still gets to recognize her and share that with everybody else. So we learned a lot. Our cadets learned a lot at that ceremony about what happened. We talk about history throughout the program, but to actually experience it in that way was a special experience.
This is her great niece,
Jennifer.
Jennifer Clark, in the picture that we just saw and that we'll see again. But someone came up to me at this, there she is. See the resemblance? Someone came up to me at the ceremony and he said, I am shocked. I had no idea. I sat near Ms. Clark at Queen's Church every Sunday, and I had no idea this quiet, unassuming lady was as significant and powerful and important to the community as he learned that day.
And she continued it on. Civil Air Patrol was just the start. With the American Red Cross, she did so much here in this country, but she also did it internationally as well. A life of service that is one of the things we talk about a lot in Civil Air Patrol.
So do you have to be a pilot? Do you both fly?
No.
No?
Nope, neither of us are pilots, actually. We are always looking for pilots, but you absolutely do not have to be a pilot. The only requirement is a desire to serve. You can join the program as a cadet between the ages of 12 and 18, and we're always looking for our adult members, senior members who there is no age limit.
Sounds like we could use some cadets right here in Jackson, since you had to draw from Livingston for that event.
Absolutely, we're always looking for more people. Like I said, it's the cadet program helped me massively through my personal life in everything that I learned through CAP, and it has absolutely helped me become who I am today.
Well, for teenagers, it's going to look great on a college ad.
Absolutely.
And not only that, if a teenager is interested in the Air Force Academy, over 10% of every class that comes into the Air Force Academy were members of the Civil Air Patrol. So it's a great way to get that experience and other things that make you very competitive in that market.
As well as as a cadet, you don't have to be interested in going into the military to join. Only about 20% of our cadets go into the military. I know lots who haven't.
Yeah, because I think people, if you're looking for something similar, the junior ROTC, it's parallel but not similar.
Yeah, junior ROTC is more focused on being that entry path into the military.
And how long can you stay with it? As long as you want.
As long as you want. Cadets have to transition to senior members if they want to stay in at the age of 21. They can join as a cadet up to the age of 18. So there's that little space in there from 18 to 21 that if they joined at 18, they have to, or after their 18th birthday, they have to join as a senior member.
Now, the aviation history in Jackson is so rich, and at Reynolds Field as well. Mm-hmm. This information about Mary Clark just adds to it. But what is it about Jackson that has such rich aviation history, Al?
I think when you look at where Reynolds Field was located, it really made it a kind of a landmark as to what Jackson was. And so we had those efforts during the wartime. We had business that was involved in developing aircraft or parts for aircraft and other things for the armed forces. And so there was a tight tie to it. There was honor in the area for that effort.
Yeah, I think a lot of people got their interest because of being here, living here,
Correct.
right? Having an airport in our backyard.
Correct.
You know, back in the 1920s, 30s, when the airport first opened, airports weren't anywhere near as common as they are nowadays. So it was one of the first big airports in this area.
Nice. All right. Did we look at all your slides you
We
said?
have one left. I
One more
think.
slide. We've got one more slide, and I don't think Brendan knows about this.
So this is kind of what makes me excited about it, is he started as a cadet. Here are some of the things he did. When he earned his Mitchell Award, which is his first officer award in the bottom left corner, that's Kate, I'm blanking on
Upton.
Kate Upton, who was representative at the time and was there for his pinning ceremony. He
No,
went
that's not right.
I was going to say it's not Kate Upton.
Yeah.
But the top picture is when he went to glider camp, spent a week flying gliders at glider camp, and came home with his pre-solo wings. We do a lot of air show work, and that's him actually. He's got sticks in his hand. We did the ground handling of aircraft up at Mason's fly-in day. Him flying a glider in the top right. And then the two things that come after that, there he is working as a paramedic with fire and the police on rescue. And then the bottom, which is the most proud for me, is him being the squadron commander now and having the cadets that he's bringing up to the next level where he is now.
That's awesome. Following in your footsteps, because you have been commander of the Jackson Squadron in the past as well. And you're also statewide director of public affairs and communications.
Group for the Central Michigan group. I'm the
Awesome.
public affairs officer. Yes.
If someone wants to maybe join or learn more about becoming part of CAP,
You can go to www.gocivilairpatrol.com, and that'll help you find whatever unit is located nearest to you, or if it's us, it'll have our contact information on there.
great.
Or you can check us out on Facebook at Jackson Composite Squadron on Facebook.
Nice to see you both.
Thank you.
Again, thanks for coming in today.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, and thanks for your service.
Thank you.
From the Civil Air Patrol, Major Al Pheley, Deputy Commander Jackson Squadron, and Jackson Squadron Commander Captain Brendan Pheley, Civil Air Patrol. Birthdays and anniversaries, special one.